It was just all at once. Like, I'm just in there on the computer, and then next thing I know, I get a knock at the door saying I have to leave. First night in a tent was, I felt like I just failed, myself, my children, even though they're adults, they look up to me still. I cried a lot. All I want is to be seen and treated like a fellow human being with respect and dignity, just like anyone else. I usually use a food processor, but I can't find a blade to my food processor, so we're gonna just make do with the blender. I was living in an apartment. About 75% of my income was going towards rent. The pandemic comes, I'm out of work for a while. By the time I started getting work again, I was already behind in rent, so it was hard to catch up. So that's where I started struggling with, trying to catch up with the rent, trying to get on a payment plan and things like that. Nothing worked, so eventually it led to me being unhoused. I love the term eat your medicine. A lot of the stuff is like really simple and stuff that we might already have in our cabinets. I started researching all different types of lifestyles, vegetarian, vegan, and the vegan one just stood out to me, and I tried it and it was great. It had me feeling like I could do anything. When I entered into Inside Safe program, I went to the LA Grand Hotel, stayed there for about 7 months. They moved us out of the LA Grand to the Mayfair Hotel. My sons and I are currently at the same hotel. It just was way worse. The food was awful. Sometimes it was just outright spoiled and moldy. I ended up getting food poisoning. So they're allowing me to bring food in my room now because I was very, very sick. I ended up in hospital and everything. But I just feel like that should be for everyone. You're still feeding that same food that got several people sick, and people are supposed to be satisfied and happy because they're getting the bare minimum because of their living situation. It's just totally not fair. People in my situation deserves healthy food because of the simple fact that we're human. I mean, people feed their pets better than we're getting fed. You give up your control, your autonomy. I had to keep my medicine that needed to be refrigerated in the clinic's refrigerator because we weren't allowed to have refrigerators in our rooms. I ended up going to LA Can, and they advocated for me because sometimes it took hours to even get my medicine administered. I'm at the mercy of whatever mood they're in. That's so dehumanizing. When you go into Inside Safe, it was a lot of harassment from some staff. Men coming in my room when I don't have clothes on. All of this stuff is it just was very traumatizing. It shouldn't be a traumatic experience getting help. I'm hoping that people can see this and start looking at people as human beings, as someone that deserves what life has to offer. And that's it. That's what I want people to take away from this, is to see the human in each and every person, regardless of their situation.